what are my secret feelings of BTS being in America right now? I'm absolutely terrified. Lots of things have happened over this past week. It feels like it was 2 months ago that I was in Disneyland, and it was really just like a week and a half. While I'm here stressing about work and students and parents and grades and getting tests corrected and assignments put in the grade book, every other army is freaking out over BTS. I'm actually quite grateful for the opportunity to not be freaking out, because I feel like I'm all alone in some of my thoughts and feelings. I'm really scared and nervous for them. I am absolutely thrilled that they are getting some attention in America, and they are getting noticed and loved and excited, and I'm really happy for their success. I am, because our boys have worked hard. Like, any army knows that BTS has worked hard for their fame and their success. I'm nervous because I'm scared that BTS may change. Like the beyond the scenes thing, and then Rap Monster no longer being Rap Monster but being RM. With his explanation, I'm okay with it. Like, I mean, it's gonna be really hard to break that habit. Even though they have talked about some really hard stuff and concepts, they have maintained a sense of innocence as well as being untouched by the fame and being untouched by the expectations. And I am nervous that they will start being more like American artists. But for the most part, I feel like BTS has stayed clean. And I know that there are a few songs where they have sexual content in them. I don't want their music videos to become scummy and scuzzy and sleazy and gross. Like, that is why I don't like a lot of American music videos. I really hope that BTS stays away from that. They're not influenced by it. I'm also really perturbed that these talk show hosts are interviewing BTS and they have no idea who BTS is. I said this when they were on Billboard Music Awards, and I did my yeah, no little video. I get perturbed and bothered and bugged because these people get to act all buddy-buddy and, hey, I know about you, but they have no idea who these guys are. They have no appreciation for their music, for what they've done, for their dancing, for their talent, for their hard work. It drives me insane that these are the people who get to rub shoulders with them and interview them and ask them questions, but their questions are so blah. They're so not even, when we ask questions that those of us who love them will appreciate. And I'm also nervous because, like, interviews here in America are so different from the ones that they're used to back in Korea. Aegyo does not translate in America unless you are a K-popper and you understand what it is. And these boys are so accustomed to doing Aegyo that Americans who aren't used to it are just gonna be like, they are crazy. They are weird. And I am so scared of that. Like, no, they are not. These guys are so genuine and amazing and authentic that you just honestly have no idea how to handle it. I am scared to share my BTS boys and any of my K-pop idols. I feel bad saying that because we are the K-pop converters. Like, we want to communicate and share K-pop. I want the sharing to be done by K-poppers and not some famous person who has no idea and doesn't appreciate K-pop as a genre, Korean as a culture, but they're only interviewing because they have a huge following. They're popular and they're using that, and not necessarily using it, but I'm glad they're on the shows and they're getting that publicity. And then here's the other thing I'm terrified of, is that this is just a passing thing, and as soon as people have used up what BTS has to offer as far as like followers and fans and media influence, that they are just going to forget about it. I remember very specifically like when Psy had Gangnam Style and it was huge here in America, and he was on Ellen, Britney Spears was on in the same episode, and they danced Gangnam Style. You would have thought that that would have been a breakthrough, like, oh my goodness, we really love this Korean K-pop song. I wonder if there's more. And you would have thought that they would have investigated more, but nope, as soon as that fad was gone, K-pop was not okay anymore, and it was the Gangnam Style was kind of a joke, and it kind of was to begin with, but it was like a really popular one, and so everyone jumped on that bandwagon, and I'm just scared that BTS is going to change to get that following, and then it's just going to die away, and these people aren't going to be real followers or fans, they're just on the bandwagon. I want the people who are truly converted to K-pop, let's be friends first. I will open your eyes to all of the amazingness that is in the K-pop genre, and there's so much more to them than you will see on American TV. So if you're new to this whole thing, please investigate a little bit more, because these guys are absolutely incredible. They are amazing guys. I want America to be kind of a sanctuary for them where they enjoy coming here and not being mobbed. So when I saw like the LAX videos of people, like them being greeted by, you know, thousands of fans, I actually was kind of put off by that, because I understand that concept of wanting to greet them and see them in real life, because hello, I went to their concert and we went to Santa Monica Pier in hopes of seeing K-pop idols, but like I don't want to stalk them and invade their space, and I want them to come here and enjoy it and not feel like they're being mobbed. At the Billboard Music Awards, all these people were coming up, like certain female artists who were inappropriate, like they're wearing nothing, and that's not normal in Korea, and that's gotta make the guys, I mean, I'm sure they're like, oh yeah, I like your bosoms, but at the same time it's got to be slightly awkward because it's not socially acceptable in their space, like, do you know what I mean? And so I worry about that kind of crap. I do. I just want them to feel comfortable here, and I do want them to grow and evolve, but at the same time maintain the innocence and be unaffected by America. I don't love them because they're Americanized. I love them because they are not. They are themselves. I just really hope that they stay untouched. Oh, I don't know. I want people to love them and not criticize them and make fun of them. And I don't want them to be a big joke, because they're not. They are anything but a joke.
Hi, it's Suey. Megs has already voiced a ton of her opinion, and I don't know if I have a whole lot to add, but maybe just a little bit. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. Here's the thing. It's not that we're not happy that they're here. It's not that we're not happy they're getting recognition. It's not that we're not happy about new people finding them and new people being exposed to them and K-pop, because obviously that's what we want to happen, right? That's who we are. That's what our little mission statement is. That's what our name implies, is that we want to share K-pop with everyone and try to get everyone to like it. And in my mind, it's like having my kids go off and do something like this. So I'm nervous for them as if I would be nervous for my own kids. Like as if they are, you know, coming out to the world and they have to prove themselves some kind of a way, or they have to, you know, put on their best performance ever of their lives if they care what America thinks. If they don't really care, then nothing really matters, right? But if they care, which I think they do, then this is like this huge thing, and it's scary because it's like my kids out there. They're all the same ages as my kids, and that's kind of how I think of them. And I know a lot of people do, especially older fans. So that's why it's scary for us to see them exposed like this, vulnerable, I guess. And it's not that I don't think that they can handle these things. I totally think they can handle it. And I know they're so smart. They're way smarter than I could ever imagine being. They have a ton of people with them. So it's not like they don't have the support of everybody in their lives helping them through this crazy big step that they're taking. It's just that I'm scared how America is going to handle things. I imagine that people that would watch them, that see them perform, that see them interact, I can't imagine that everybody watching them would just totally fall in love with them. But then again, we live in a country that's, I don't know, that thinks they're better than everybody else, basically. People will say, yeah, that was awesome, they're great, but then they will turn around and make fun of it and make fun of them because they're different. And even though they're so awesome, and we all get it, other people don't get it. I'm guessing that everybody watching this will have had some stories and experiences where they've tried to convince people to why they like K-pop, why they like BTS, why they like any other group. And sometimes you can't find the words, and people don't get it. They just don't get it. There's some people that do, and they're the ones that fall down the hole with us and embrace and everything. But most people don't get it. So I can't imagine that suddenly they're going to perform and suddenly everybody's going to love K-pop and love BTS. A lot of people will, but most people won't get it. And it just scares me that that's going to probably happen, and then we'll be all disappointed, and I don't know. But then at the same time, it's going to be awesome. I hope that when it's all said and done, everything will have happened just kind of exactly like they figured it would, and that they will be like, yes, we're so glad we did that. And then they'll come again and do some more stuff another day. As far as the jealousy goes, we've talked a little bit about jealousy. I get mostly jealous about all the people that get to interact with them who don't know who they are. And, they might do their one-day research, or somebody, in the company will look them up and say, hey, here's a paper about them, and they will have this quick memorization of who the names are and stuff, and then they go and act like that they're all buddy-buddy, and then talk to them, and ask them stupid, cringy questions, and Ratmont, a.k.a. RM, RM, he's amazing with being able to smooth over the cringy questions and turn them into funny things or whatever. And I can see him cringing, though. I can see it on his face. And if they only knew how smart he is and how he can totally read through these cringy questions. Oh my gosh. Anyway, the staff members, all those people who have no idea who they are, and yet when they say they're cool, but then when they turn around and walk out, they might go, oh my gosh, that was weird. Already on Jimmy Kimmel, that first night after the outdoor concert, and they pulled the moms and they had that little teeny segment, and then Jimmy Kimmel had his guest on, whoever was scheduled that night, and he's like, do you like K-pop? And that guy said a comment that I was like, totally not, you totally could tell he was making fun of it, and they just laughed. I was like, here we go. Here we go. And while I'm happy to have all those people join the army ranks, at the same time I'm like, and I want to share them, and I want everybody to love them, but at the same time I want to just keep them as our collectively, those people, those of us who are already in the fandom, as our special thing. Do you know? It's such a selfish thing, I know, but it's like they're so unique and special that it's almost like you just want to keep that and cherish that and not ruin it somehow. I don't know. It's such a weird thing. It's such a bittersweet thing having them come and having the world see them. The world meaning America. I know, see, this is the egocentricness of Americans that think, whatever happens here, the whole world knows about. I don't know. I don't know if that's true or if it's not true, but those are my thoughts. Some of them. I'm sure I have many, many more, but I'm sick of talking to the camera now. If you watch this, hopefully you will understand it's just our feelings. It's these deep, dark feelings that we're being brave enough to let out. And if anybody else is feeling the same way, let us know, because it's kind of a scary thing to say, because most people are like, what the heck? You're being so selfish, and you shouldn't be jealous of people, and you should just embrace the whole thing, and I understand that, but at the same time, there's these feelings that we got to deal with. So we just thought it would be beneficial to air them and see if anybody else wants to talk about it. Anyway, let us know what you think about these thoughts, and if you want to argue with us nicely, let's go for it. Let's talk about it. We welcome the discussion.
Hey, if you are new Army, we have a few videos to help you out if you're just trying to get an idea of who these guys are. So we love them lots here on the K-Pop Converters. We went to their concert and enjoyed it immensely. And they're very phenomenal performers. Anyway, I'm gonna sign off now, so peace out.
There you have it. The deep, dark secrets. Bye.